you start to awaken and ask those questions, who am I? Why are we here? You know, these experiences start to come at us, these coincidences and synchronicities come at us, and we're like, whoa, this is big. Then you got bypass that and you get through it. And then a few weeks later, like, whoa, this one's big. Oh my gosh, I'm having another shift. My kids will say, oh, mom, another shift? It's because I never stop asking, I never stop working on myself. So I've just always been very committed to myself and understanding what makes me tick, what's in my emotional field, what can I heal, how can I expand, how can I love more, how can I love myself more. And it just, there's learning lessons that come. And no matter how much energy work you get or how much work you get, a practitioner, someone like even something like this, only what can safely be released can be released. If you are meant to learn a lesson, you're going to have to learn that lesson. You're going to have to go through that experience. And trust me, many times people would say, I would rather like leave the planet than go through that experience. And I've had those moments. But you get through them. And they're uncomfortable. And you want to kick and scream as you're going through them because every part of you can hurt from the experience. But we all came with contracts. And that is the beauty of this learning planet. So there's no one that can take away those lessons you put in your contract but you. We can provide help. We can provide guidance. We can provide help with the uncomfortable feelings. We can help release all that junk that you don't need. But what happens is, as we're taking all that layer by layer by layer stuff that you no longer need, what's happening is the core of the issue is really beautifully presenting to you. What is that issue? So there is that work that's involved. Never give up on yourself because change is part of our growth. And we're moving into this beautiful new earth, but in order to get there, it's like going through this little keyhole. In order to get there, we got to let go of all that junk. So the people that make you angry, your triggers, your self-doubt, your lack of self-love, the chaos in your life, the frustration, all that stuff has to heal. If you look at someone who did something to you and you cannot forgive them, that is something you need to work on. Write it down. You need to forgive this person. How do you forgive them? Oh, I did, but I just don't. It's in your cell memory. They remember the hurt. They remember. Your cells remember. You need to get to that core of those issues and release them. And there's work that can be done. And I'm not saying you have to go to that person and say, I forgive you. But you can talk to that person's higher self. You can do the work to really release it. And sometimes if you have a pattern of behavior and you're working through it and working through it, you got to keep working through it. And some people get, but I've done this, I've done so many sessions. How can it still be there? Because you could have 500,000 energetic patterns of the same issue. Because it's something that happened when you were a child and it's so deep and you're taking chunks at a time and you're going one by one by one by one by one until you get to that root of the issue. It's going to be there. And one day you're going to hit it and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have it anymore. Be patient with your progress. Love every experience you're in. Love every event. When you're in traffic, you're there for a reason. The universe orchestrates these beautiful things. When you start to awaken and start to take control of your life and co-create your life, when you're in traffic, enjoy it because you're there for a reason. You're either there, something's holding you back because perhaps there's something further down the road your higher self and your guides are trying to help you avoid. Sometimes we're there because someone who's in traffic with you, we're all working together to keep that person out of an issue they might have got in traffic. So wherever, whether you're moving down a highway nice and quick or whether you're stuck in traffic, whether you're stuck in line, wherever you are, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So just Allow it. Let life flow with more ease. Take deep breaths. Enjoy the moment. There's sometimes I'm in a situation I just want to go to the bathroom and take some deep breaths because part of me says I don't want to be here right now. But I say I must be here for a reason. What am I learning from it? Oh yeah, there's that person that, thinks I'm weird and likes to make fun of me. All right. I mean, not so much, I don't care about it so much, but I used to. And not to say I don't care at all. Of course, someone came up to me and says, you're weird. It probably would still bother me. It depends who it is. Actually, not so much, but it used to hurt. Like, no one likes to be called weird, although people say, now weird is cool. Yeah, it's still hurtful. When you're called weird for a lot of your life, that word just bothers you. So now you're going to go see that person and you're going to hold the light and forgive them for what they've done. But there's this little bit of way back in your back pocket or way back in the subconscious that is being triggered. That's something that needs to heal. So everything what I meant to say is you might think you've cleared everything. So intellectually you understand it, logically you understand it. But if there's an energetic pattern hiding in your back pocket or in your subconscious mind, and it's there, and it's causing all these issues that you don't even know about, go deep and find it. You can ask, reveal what this is, reveal what it is. Why do I feel this way? Talk to your guides, write things down, journal. You might be surprised what comes up. And it might come up in an actual experience that you need to experience, and it's going to be uncomfortable. But it's part of your learning, it's part of your growing, and it's part of it's almost like a video game. You have to go through that level to get to the next level. And we're jumping on all these levels, and but the levels never stop. You ever play a video? Actually, me and my friend were saying this. You ever play a video game where you have to hit 25 levels, and you finally hit it? I mean, it takes sometimes. Me and my daughter were playing this video game. It took years, but we were playing a little bit here and there. We finally hit the 25th level. We did it. And then all of a sudden, this door opens. We're all excited. And then 7 new levels come up. And I said, this is so much like life. You think, oh, I made it. And then this whole new experiences come in of new learnings that sometimes are even harder than the ones you did. So we never stop. So be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. Be patient with yourself. And realize wherever you are, you're there for a reason. And try to figure out what it is. Ask, because when you ask, you'll receive the information. And if you're not receiving the information, it's not that you're not receiving it, it's you're not listening to it. So then you can say, hey, I don't hear the guidance I'm getting. Show me a different way. Show me and then you're going to have this wise child of yours tell you and someone else tell you, and you're not going to even notice because it's who's it's coming from. But after that 10th person tells you, you might get it. You might hear that song. You might see numbers. There's different ways the universe will talk to us. So you want to keep that two-way conversation going. And then the one more key, and then we'll start that, is sometimes the shadow part of us will talk you out of getting energy sessions, doing these calls, reading that book, listening to that podcast, meditating. This is where your awareness, you have to tell that part of you, that shadow side of you that does not want you to grow. You do not own me. You do not control me. I am connected to this beautiful light. I am the light. And I'm going to work on myself every single day. You can try to get in the way. You can try to interfere. But I'm going to be so strong. I'm going to be so on point that you cannot stop me. And just keep moving forward. Step by step by step. So today, let's get into the healing part. Let's allow that next layer. And if you have something bubbling up, and some people feel it physically, and some people feel it emotionally, and some people feel it bubbling, and some people feel anxious, or whatever it is, allow it to come to the surface. And we're not just healing one aspect of us today. There are many different things bubbling up. It can be emotionals, they can be belief patterns, they can be ancestral wounds, past life traumas, interference of any kind. Allow it all to come up. So some people might feel emotional during these healings, and that's okay. Let the tears go. That's part of the resistance. Frustration, let it go. Acknowledge if a memory comes up that you really don't want to look at, acknowledge the memory and say, I let it go. If you're worried about someone, just say, I let it go. Put it in the hands of God. Our human minds really don't know how to heal. It is not our personality that heals. We're letting our higher being, our soul, our higher selves do the work for us, because that is the all-knowing part of us. We just have to kind of be present and say, okay, I don't understand what's happening, but I'm going to allow it. And then allow your higher self to release whatever's ready to release today.